Hello, 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 blah. Hey, what's going on, guys? Jeff Koga here, and it is a Sunday evening. Right now, it's 9:48 p.m. as I make this video. I should be in bed already. I am sleepy. No, I'm just kidding, okay? I got actually inspired to make this video. Why? Is because I read all the comments that you guys send me, but when I see a personal message sent to me twice with two different people, okay, with a problem, or they're requesting something, I need to make an instant change, okay? And that change is this, okay? Got a lot of folks asking me, hey, you know what, Jeff, good stuff you're making. I love both your Flippinese TV and this kind of the raw, uncut stuff that you're doing. I love both of it. But one guy, and the constant message that one guy kept on sending me was, dude, man, be a little bit more organized, be a little bit more, take some time to actually script it out and do this and put it together and do that and make it knowledgeable. And then at first I was kind of blowing it off. Why? Because, you know, to script it and to actually do this, and then, you get what I'm saying? There really is, to me, no monetary value other than the fact that I'm just passionate about this. So when I get inspired, I want to actually record the video. And also on top of that, the big huge reason why I'm actually doing this, I don't know if I even told you guys that or not, is with the Flippinese TV and these video confessions or whatever, at the end of the year we're going to kind of put them all together, and my video guy said he's going to go and create a documentary out of this, so which is pretty kick-ass and rad. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing these videos. But another person said, yeah, Jeff, I love your content, but can you add a little bit more structure to it, okay? And I guess I have to, you know, because usually I just hit the subscribe button. Yeah, look, my girlfriend said good night, baby. Oh, she's a freaking love her to death. But anyways, the videos are so raw and stuff like that. Why? Is because I don't want to be stressed out on making and say what I'm going to talk about, what I need to hold back and stuff like that. So I sat down and I thought about it for a few seconds, and the brilliant idea on how I can give more structure in this video is just talk about stuff that I'm actually doing in my business and actually release it to y'all, right? What a brilliant idea, right? It's so simple, as they say. So, and it comes from, I guess, if any of y'all have read the book, The Art of War, right? And he said something like, if you're ignorant to both your enemy and yourself, and you are a fool and you're certain to be defeated in every battle, or something like that. Okay, don't quote me on that. All right, but it went something like that. Okay, so anyways, what I'm trying to say is that a lot of my tactics and strategies that I implement in my business is from market competitive analysis, you know, a lot of things that I study in terms of the micro level, the macro level, and I do a lot of studying. Why? Is because I want to know not just my enemies, because I truly do consider other investors enemy, even though, yeah, we're friends and stuff. Why? Because we're in freaking battle, okay? But also at the same time, you have to understand yourself also. And that is the number one thing. You know, like, I question every little thing that I personally do within my organization. Why? Is because you have to. You are the person that the buck stops there, as they say, right? So you have to question your actions and what you're doing. And some of the marketing strategies that apply are based on a lot of questions, you know. So one of the strategies that I've been following is, why the heck does banks do what they do, and why do they do what they do, and how can you try to guess what they're going to do? Right? Kind of a strange thing, right? Because a lot of times people will say, hey, make an offer on REO, and they say, don't try to understand the banks. The banks aren't logical, you know, so, you know, just wait and hold on. Which, in my opinion, when a realtor tells me that, I just said, fuck you, that's bullshit, right? How can you be a multi-million-dollar company and you're irrational? I don't think so, okay? I believe in the fact that the banks are doing things in a very strategic and organized, and they're doing it in a certain way to mitigate their loss, either on paper assets, or they're doing something on the books, cooking the books or something, okay? They are not stupid, okay? I believe they're very intelligent, and that's why they are doing what they're doing. And so, prime example I'll use is Bank of America. When Bank of America bought out Countrywide before the financial collapse in September 2008, that was a strategic move, okay? If they did not buy out Bank of America, who would have said that the freaking feds would have came in and bailed them out, right? Because once they bought out Bank of America bought out Countrywide, they became the #1 biggest freaking mortgage lender in all across the nation. You know what I'm saying? So it was a strategic move, but hey, they stole that on like pennies on the dollars, right? So, but anyways, point of the matter is this, is that trying to understand that. So when I tried to understand that, I said, okay, what can we do? And we started analyzing zip codes, all kinds of stuff, and I started to see a trend, okay? And this particular trend was a very exciting trend. Initially when you think about it and you looked at those numbers based on those trends, most individuals that I told and showed those numbers to, that I said, hey, take a look at this. What is your thoughts on this, right? And that's why I said it. Why? Because I didn't want to frame people or pre-frame them, right? If you know NLP, right? NLP stuff, right? So I didn't want to pre-frame them to actually give me an answer that I want them to give me, right? So I said, hey, what are your thoughts on this? And just kind of showed them the data, and most people said, oh no, this area sucks. And then I started scratching. I'm just like, what if that's what the CEOs are thinking, right, at the bank? So what if the asset manager of that particular bank is thinking the same thing, that this particular area sucks? Then if that's the case, then would you be able to go ahead and get a bigger discount? Why? Because the fear of sucks equals to that area's thinking and value going down, right? So as I started doing some research and we started looking back on some of the deals that we were tying up, the theory and the numbers matched. And last 2 weeks, while I've been test driving that particular campaign, and we have generated a heck of a lot of calls, okay? To give you some type of numbers, okay? 2 guys, acquisition folks, are taking phone calls, okay? We got, in the last 2 weeks, 119 calls on this particular campaign, and we're using our bread and butter campaign. I'm not going to say what it is. Why? Is because we're in LA, and I don't want folks in LA to know exactly what tactic I'm using, but we got 119 calls that we got out of that campaign. So if you go 119 calls divided by, let's just say, 14 days, that comes out to about 8.5 calls a day. Obviously, most folks are, like even today, there was 0 calls today. So it's usually just happening during the weekdays, but that's almost 9-10 calls a day that you're getting on a campaign that literally cost us almost like $0 actually, okay? But unfortunately, in the 2 weeks, okay, I don't have enough quantifiable data to say, hey, you know what, this is a contract that we pulled out, a lot of seed planting that we're doing right now, and then we're watering the seeds right now to making it kind of grow and things like that, right? So nothing yet. So next week I will know hey, you know what those results are, right? Because until you get a contract and actually you can flip it or you can buy it or do something with it, if you can't quantify the data that you have, then it's really irrelevant. So that is a campaign that I'm doing. I'm very excited about that particular campaign. So hope you guys get value out of that. Now, the second part on what I'm going to do within our organization is this, is that we were looking at some numbers on our board, and we came out with some interesting number. We just kind of added up all the properties that we had under contract, and obviously if it's under contract, our intention is absolutely to take it down and buy it, okay? Don't go in a contract if you're not going to buy it, okay? That's a waste of your time, and it's a waste of whoever else is actually helping you out. If your MLS deals, the agent's helping you, that's a waste of their time and a waste of the seller's time. So don't do it if you ain't gonna, your intention isn't to buy it, okay, or to flip it. So basically we added up, and all the deals, we got $5.4 million in terms of total asset wise on our whiteboard that we have, right? $5.4 million. And then on our whiteboard, it goes from left to right, and it has like the address, maximum allowable offer, what our repairs are and stuff like that. So we took our contract price that added all up, came out to 5.4. Then we took the next column, which was the repairs, and we added all up, and that came out to $760,000, which comes out to about 14% of the total $5.4 million. And adding that up, that comes up to almost, for us, is 6.16 or $6.2 million required in terms of all cash to take down that particular whole whiteboard. So originally when we look at it, we're just like, okay, yeah, we're not going to take all of the 16 properties down. Why? Because we were looking to wholesale actually the ones that we weren't going to take down, right? But this quarter, what we're going to do is we are going to absolutely raise $6.2 million to take all of those down. Why? Is because the market market is shifting in a certain direction, and what I believe, and this is an organizational move that we're doing on our part. Why is because our team is significantly growing, and also at the same time, the real core bread and butter is why the heck are you going to be wholesaling, trying to make 5, 10, 20,000 when you can just rehab the darn thing, because now we've hired a project manager full-time on salary now, and we're restructuring internally to get very, very tight. Now, so why the heck are we going to go ahead and wholesale it when all we have to do is just raise the capital and we can go ahead and take them all down, right? So what we're going to do is initiate that marketing campaign. Why did I say initiate? Because I've already test drove that particular capital raise campaign started about a month ago, and I actually have the calls routed to myself directly, and we had even the calls recorded. So it's pretty cool because you actually can go back and listen to the calls on how you're pitching and how you're actually talking to investors, and you can see how you're articulating and things like that, and we already actually have one particular investor who I think is a very solid guy, but we're setting everything up so that way we can go ahead and present in a very, very good way. And since we know that it works, that particular campaign to raise private capital, we're going to turn the knob a little bit, and we're going to start increasing it, and we're going to go ahead and put one person in charge to take all the calls, so I'm not doing it myself. So we're making those strategic moves on it, so I wanted to kind of relay that information to you. Now, if you have exact questions, shoot me a message. I personally answer them anyways, and also, but the best thing is actually leave the comments below, so that way I'm sure if you have a question, other folks has a question also, so that way they can leave the comment, they can see my answer, and my answer might actually answer the question that another person might have, right? So it makes sense, kind of that help each other out kind of stuff, right? Good karma, share it, right? That kind of stuff. So I hope this video actually is a lot better structured. So once again, the video structure is going to be reviewing last week's stuff that I covered. So next week I'm going to cover what happened with that marketing campaign that I did, and what happened with all the 9, 10 calls that we're getting, or the total 2 campaigns that I was running with the 72 calls and the 47 calls that we were getting, those 2 campaigns, and how they equate to how many contracts and what our potential profits going to be and so forth, right? I'll go over that, and then also I'll go over the private money campaign that I'm running also. So if you like this stuff, leave a comment. Like I said, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And Flippinese TV is coming out on a new episode on Tuesday, and that's the last 3rd part episode of a random day in the life of a real estate investor. So take a look there, and we'd love to hear from you. So absolutely leave me a comment. And this is Jeff Koga, and it's right at 10 o'clock, and I am signing off. Bye-bye.